They said Gucci Mane isn't really Gucci Mane. That's Hobson. They gave him plastic surgery to become Gucci Mane. And now they saying Damar Hamlin isn't Damar Hamlin. And if you ever watched the TV show The Boys, you know about Noir. You know how Noir died, but they had somebody else come back to play him. That's crazy.
Get in here. Get in here. Because apparently, those wild rumors about Gucci Mane being cloned might not be so crazy after all. And guess who just poured gasoline on the fire? Kanye West. Yep, Ye himself just stepped into the chat to expose the alleged truth behind the Gucci clone conspiracy, and it's easily the craziest thing you'll hear all day. According to him, the real Gucci Mane died years ago while locked up, and his wife Keisha, she's supposedly his handler, getting paid to keep the clone under control. Suddenly, all that perfect husband energy and her tight grip on his social media make a lot more sense. Now, before you roll your eyes, Gucci's ex, Mac Breezy, and even Nicki Minaj tried to warn us about this years ago. They both said something wasn't right with him, but everyone called him crazy. This whole cloning saga actually traces back to 2013, the year Gucci had that infamous Twitter meltdown that shook hip-hop. He was going off on everybody: Yo Gotti, Nicki Minaj, Waka Flocka, T.I., Angela Yee, French Montana, Tigger, Birdman, even Black China. Nobody was safe. Gucci was out here naming names, burning bridges, and calling out people left and right like he had a death wish. Things got so bad he even kicked Walker out of Brick Squad, accusing him of betrayal. He claimed he ran trains with Nicki and Angela Yee, called Yo Gotti fake, and said everyone was copying him. It was chaos. But not long after that meltdown, Gucci was arrested, and that's when the clone rumors really started picking up steam. Cops in Atlanta were called because he was reportedly acting erratic and threatening people in traffic. When they showed up, Gucci charged them before being taken down and arrested. They found a gun and some serious substances on him. And this wasn't his first brush with the law. Far from it. Before that, he was already in trouble for smashing a man over the head with a champagne bottle in a nightclub. But this time, the court had had enough. Gucci was sentenced to 3 years and 3 months in prison. He only ended up serving 2, thanks to good behavior. And when he came out, or whoever came out, that's when everything changed. The new Gucci looked different, smoother, skinnier, polished, almost too perfect. The official story was that Gucci turned his life around behind bars, that he sobered up, found clarity, and came back as a better man. He even admitted that his wild behavior before prison was because he was constantly high on lean. He said, "I woke up in a hospital bed ashamed of my behavior and decided to man up." Sounds good, right? But fans couldn't shake one thing, that the man who came out didn't look or sound like the same Gucci who went in. And that's where the conspiracy took root. Because maybe, just maybe, it wasn't redemption. It was replacement. Gucci's so-called comeback had everyone cheering, until people started noticing he wasn't exactly the same. The voice, the energy, even the face, something was off. Fans said this wasn't growth, it was replacement. They claimed the real Gucci never made it out of prison alive, and the man we see today is a government clone meant to keep the brand alive. And when Kesha suddenly took full control of his social media, his image, and even his daily routine, it started giving handler vibes. Then Nicki Minaj reignited the whole theory when she publicly dragged Kesha, calling her a wannabe and hinting that she's only there to keep Gucci sedated while spending his money. Nicki didn't say clone, but she didn't have to. The internet connected the dots instantly. It made people revisit everything, especially Gucci's ex, Mac Breezy, who swore the man she saw after his release wasn't Gucci at all. Mac claimed that when she tried talking to him, he seemed robotic, like he didn't even remember parts of his own past. And the weirdest part? Every time she got close to him, Kesha would interfere, cutting the conversation short like she was hiding something. Fans said it wasn't just jealousy, it was control. Because maybe, just maybe, Mac was about to realize she wasn't talking to Gucci Mane, but to his clone. After Nicki put Kesha on blast and called her out for being Gucci's handler.
Cause girl, you don't even know the real Gucci. Y'all think y'all know the real Gucci. Y'all don't know the real Gucci. That nigga parading around out here, that ain't the real Gucci, man. That's not him. I don't know where the fuck, honestly. Like, last time I seen Gucci was at Patchwork Studio in 2010. Cold Blooded was there. Was Mojo there? Yeah, I think Mojo, Cold Blooded. Like, that's the last time I saw Gucci in the flesh, but even that.
Mac Breezy doubled down like she was ready for war. She dropped a whole song demanding the real Gucci's body be released, claiming something dark went down and that Kesha's silence was proof she knew more than she was letting on. Gucci finally tried to clear the air himself, talking about growth and transformation, saying he shed his old ways and became a new man. But instead of calming the rumors, it made people side-eye him even harder.
I've been personally playing for about 8 years now. It started around around Illmind 5 when that came out, because the song was so big, and then they told me I had to like kind of sacrifice something. They said you're gonna have to pay it back because you just put this information out there, and this is gonna put people in the wrong mindset of what we're trying to do in society. So they told me that if I don't do these list of things, then they're going to hurt my family. Like, it was like an all white room, and they opened one of the doors, and it had a Gucci suit, a Gucci bodysuit, and I said, "Oh no, please don't tell me that is what I think it is." They said, "Yeah."
Said, "I love who I was, I love who I am, and I love who I'm becoming," calling it evolution, but fans called it replacement. They said that wasn't growth, that was programming. And just when the internet started to cool off, Kanye West jumped in with gasoline. He hinted that Gucci really was cloned, saying it with that calm, knowing tone that made everyone stop scrolling. And because Kanye's been screaming about cloning for years, people suddenly started listening. Remember, even Kanye himself was accused of being cloned once. Folks said the industry tried but failed to replace him, which is why he knows too much. Then came Hobson, who once claimed on IG Live that elites forced him to act as Gucci's clone or they'd hurt his family. Back then, people thought he was trolling. But now, with everything Kanye's hinting at in Gucci's strange post-prison transformation, it's starting to look like Hobson wasn't joking at all. As always, the internet had a lot to say, and some of these comments were wild. One person said, "We don't even see his eyes anymore. He used to have that deep brown color, now is always hiding behind shades." Another added, "That's not him. We all know it. Something's off. If it's not a clone, then it's on some kind of medication or got laced, because that man is not the same." And honestly, when you start looking back at all the clues, it's hard to unsee it. But now I got to ask, what do you think? Was Kanye just stirring the pot again, or did he actually drop some hidden truth about this whole clone situation? Do you think Gucci was really taken out and replaced, or is it all just wild internet talk that spiraled out of control? Drop your thoughts down below, because this one's messy. And while you're here, don't forget to click right here to watch this other chaotic video. Trust me, it's even crazier than this one.